Oh, there he is on the frog. Come on, baby. What is going on, guys? My name is Bill Matthews from the BassinBill 96 YouTube channel, and right now we are out on a southern Michigan lake, and it is my absolute favorite time to fish because we've got fish in all the stages right now. We got smallmouth in this lake, and a lot of them are going to be post-spawn. We got largemouth. Some of them are still pre-spawn, but I just pulled up on this bank, saw some on beds, and so basically today is going to be all about junk fishing. So thanks to MTB for letting me take over the channel today. If you guys want to check out my channel, that's probably going to be linked down below, but we're just going to throw pretty much all sorts of different baits at these fish, catch them in all the different stages, and it's going to be all about changing with the conditions, trying to figure out what pattern kind of works out best. So that's what junk fishing is all about. We're about to pull up to the first spot, try to catch some of those ones that I saw in beds, and we might pull off the bank a little bit later, throw some stuff on the bottom, maybe some reaction baits, try to get some of those big pre-spawners. So stick around, stay tuned. Going to be a lot of fish catching, and hopefully we're going to get on some good ones, guys. So we're going to start out with that little 4-inch wacky worm, and like I just said, I saw a couple fish spawning up here, not any real giants. I think that a lot of those bigger females are going to be sitting off of this weed edge still, but we're going to try to catch a few of these fish. Then we're going to probably try to catch some of those bigger pre-spawn females, but it's a little hole right in the grass here that I saw like a 13-14 incher sitting in. We'll see if she's super aggressive. We could just catch her really quick. If not, we'll probably move. Oh yeah, got her. First cast. A little smaller than I thought, I think, but it's always a good sign when the first little bed fish of the day smokes it like that. Literally first cast of the day, which they say is bad luck, but you know what? I'll catch one on the first cast all day long. I do not care. Little like 11-12 incher. See, there's a couple other beds right here too. There's one sitting right in front of me. Let's see if we can get this one. We're kind of starting to drift a little bit too close to her. She kind of swam off her bed. Oh yeah, we got a little bit too close to these fish. They're not very big. They're about the same size. There's one there. There's one there. We might come back and try to catch those fish, but they're not really too large. We're gonna go try to find some bigger ones. Good way to start it off though, fishing the boat real quick. Check that fish out. You guys probably could see that on the camera, honestly. Little 12 incher. Another one on a bed right here. They're all over. Little inside weed edge here. I've been seeing a lot of like 1 and 2 pounders cruising right on the inside of these weeds. Just try to throw this wacky worm blind at them too. While we're kind of looking for beds up shallow. Like I said, today's going to be all about just covering water, switching up baits as we need to. Just trying to really dial these fishing because I think that they're just doing a little bit of everything. I've seen like 15 bass and we've been here for about 3 minutes. Okay, so I know the beginning of this video has been a little bit hectic. We've already done a bunch of different stuff, but what we're doing now is we're throwing this frog right over the top of this submergent vegetation, trying to get some of those pre-spawn fish, because I've seen the bigger ones kind of cruising around this grass line. All the ones that I saw up on beds were like maybe a pound, about the same size as that first one that I caught. So we're not really after those little guys. I mean, they're really fun, especially if you could just catch them first cast like we did. So we might do some more of that in a little bit, but I want to try to get like a 2 to 4 pounder to come up and eat this frog. I've seen a lot of them just going in and out of all this grass. So we're going to see if we can call up a big one. And like I said, this is going to be today. We're going to be bouncing around, trying different stuff, seeing what works best. But I think that we might be able to get a really, really nice one to come up and eat this frog. Oh, there he is on the frog. Come on, baby. Yep, and that's a little bit better fish too that we were looking for. Not a giant, but that was out open water, and she just kind of sucked it up. Come on. Oh, in the boat, on the camera. Please don't thrash. Here we go. Here we go. Nice quick boat flip. Little, probably 14, 15 incher. Not a giant by any means, but you cannot beat the frog bite. So, second fish of the day, one of the wacky worm, one of the frog. And so far, everything is going according to plan. Started fishing that outside grass line, caught a little bit bigger fish. So, hopefully we've got some even larger ones in store for us. But that was on that little 𝗂𝗯𝗀𝗯𝗶 frog. Just kind of slowly walking it right on that outer edge of that grass. Should be some more doing the same stuff. Got him. Come on, baby. Oh yeah, that's a decent one on the 𝗦𝘂𝗯𝗀𝗮. Yeah, I'm thinking that a lot of the better ones are definitely off this weed edge. That's what I've kind of figured out so far. I felt that one just tick it on slack line. She's not a giant or anything. Another solid fish like that last frogfish. 15-incher or so. Whoop. Ate the old little 4-inch 𝗦𝘂𝗯𝗀𝗮. Third fish of the day. Come on in here. Yes, sir. All right. So I'm pretty much just ripping that 𝗦𝘂𝗯𝗀𝗮 down the end of this little submergent weed line here. And just kind of feeling for those little ticks, watching my line. I have that yellow braid on there too, so I could, you know, try to detect those bites a little bit sooner. Make sure that they don't get gut hooked. But little 14-incher going back in the water. Looks like she messed our 𝗦𝘂𝗯𝗀𝗮 up pretty good. So we're going to get another one out and keep going up this weed line, because I think that we're going to catch a ton of fish doing this. Might have to switch it up some more, throw the frog, might flip that Texas rig around some docks or something, but I think that, you know, throwing this around this weed line is going to be pretty good for some of these little pre-spawners. What are these fish doing? Thought that we had a little pattern going, and we have not got bitten in quite a while. We moved spots here. This bank looks pretty clean though. Looks like a really good spot to spawn, so see if there's any hanging off this break here, that Ned rig. There ought to be some right through here. This looks just too perfect right now. There we go. Come on, baby. On that 𝗦𝘂𝗯𝗀𝗮. It's been a minute since we got a bite, guys. I am not gonna lie. I think that I got the pattern kind of figured out though. So I'm catching these guys, like 12, 14 inchers, right on the inside weed edge. I mean, they're up in like 4 or 5 foot of water. I see them cruising around. And that's pretty much what we're doing. We're catching like little, you know, 12 to 14 inch bass, but I'm seeing some giant ones off the break. So I think that I might try a little finesse swim bait or something, kind of in that deeper water. But all I've been able to catch are these little 12 to 14 inchers, so not really what we're after. I've seen a lot of like 2 to 4 pounders cruising this break, so we're gonna try a little swim bait. I think try to get a bigger bite. I wanted to catch at least one more in that 𝗦𝘂𝗯𝗀𝗮, but we just need to find that better quality fish. There we go. That might be the move right there. Come on now. Wow, that fish just got like 3 feet in the air. It's not a big one. I thought that we had a decent one on. But we did switch up here. So we were throwing that wacky worm, catching some fish here and there. Just didn't really seem to be the bite. And I just put this little swim bait on. Took like 3 casts and just caught one immediately. Still a pretty small fish, but I've been seeing some more decent ones kind of roll around in that deeper water. And I just wanted something that was going to get down there a little bit quicker. So we're going to try this out. That was like 3 casts in, like I said. And it might be the move. So I just saw like a couple 2.5, 3 pounders up and down this bank. Took a couple casts and just got the first bite on this. So let's try it out. See if we can get some better fish. I was sick and tired of catching fish like we just caught right there. So I wanted to try something different. Don't want to bore you guys to death with a bunch of dinks in the wacky worm. So we're gonna keep trying some different stuff. We're gonna figure out these better sized fish. Okay, well, I completely gave up on this video and I took the GoPro off, and then I just discovered the pattern finally. They are eating the frog big time. So junk fishing works, because we went through every single bait in the freaking boat. We threw the Texas rig, we threw a Ned rig, a swim bait, we threw the swim jig, we threw the revolver, we thrown freaking everything. And I just got like 5 back-to-back fish on this frog. So we're gonna flip it back on. Junk fishing works. You just gotta kind of cycle through all the baits in the box so you figure out what's happening. And I'm actually pretty sure that most of these fish are actually post-spawn fish. So we're gonna throw this on the grass edges. And I mean, they're coming out of like 10 foot of water and crushing this thing. So we're gonna see if this is gonna hold up or if it was a complete fluke, but I just caught like 5 fish in a row on this frog. No, this has been working pretty good. Yeah.
5, 7, 8 pound smallies and largemouth bass come up. I got 10 pounders a couple weeks ago.
What happened?
You get any 10 pounders out of here?
I do not, no.
Yeah, we'll see. And you know these great big bass that are in here, you know where they're at now?
What do you think? There's one on the frog. Little 12-incher. There he is. Come on, babe. Oh my gosh, we had freaking slack line when she ate it. Told you guys, they're definitely on this frog. That fish came out of freaking nowhere. I saw her come up about to smoke it. I don't know what it is about this thing. When you get some post-spawn fish, like I said, I'm pretty sure these fish are actually post-spawn from what I've seen after fishing for the past like 2 hours or so. Something about a frog just pisses them off. I mean, we're fishing this thing open water for the most part, and they are just clobbering it. Oh my goodness. I swung way too early. That was my own fault. Maybe she'll come up and eat this. Oh my gosh. See if the 𝗦𝘂𝗯𝗀𝗋 gets it done. Yep, there it is. That's a decent one right there. Missed the frog, followed up the revolver, and then flipped a 𝗦𝘂𝗯𝗀 in there. That is junk fishing at its finest. That's the biggest one of the day, too. Solid 2-pounder at least. 15, 16 incher. Come on, baby. She's going crazy. We got rods everywhere since we are throwing the freaking whole kitchen sink at them. We gotta watch out. There we go. Come here, baby. No! 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 Lost him! That was the biggest one that I had all day. Dang it! That's what'll happen. When you've got rods covering the entire deck, there was no real good place to land that fish, so had to move one out of the way, gave her a little bit of slack, and see you later. That was pretty cool though, that she hit the frog and then came back and ate that 𝗦𝘂𝗯𝗀 still. Might be guarding fry or something. Like I said, I think a lot of these fish are post-spawn, but she was definitely hanging around that little area right there. This is kind of drawn about from, you know, the weed patches and up shallow by some old beds. Then, you know, throwing that 𝗦𝘂𝗯𝗀𝗋 in there. Good little follow-up bait. Wish we could have landed that fish. Oh, come on. 2 bass? There he is. Come on. Stay on this time. Another one on the 𝗦𝘂𝗯𝗀𝗋. That's another good one. I had one follow up my frog again, and I skipped the 𝗦𝘂𝗯𝗀𝗋 back underneath there. It's another like 2-pounder. It's always good to have a follow-up bait when they're not committing to the frog. There we go. That's a redemption fish right there. A little bit smaller than that last one that we lost, but still nice, solid 15 incher, kind of chunky. See, that almost looks like a pre-spawn fish. Maybe she's moving up there, getting ready to do her thing. I'm sure that there are fish in every single one of the stages, but solid little chunk on the 𝗦𝘂𝗯𝗀𝗋. Always have a follow-up bait at the ready. Very, very key. Little 4-inch 𝗦𝘂𝗯𝗀𝗋 you could skip up in there if they miss it or if they follow it up and just don't commit to it. It's one of my go-tos. It's a little 𝗦𝘂𝗯𝗀 on a weightless hook. Got him. Come on, baby. That's a good one. Let's go. Right next to that pontoon boat. There we go. Another solid 15 incher. Gosh, that one will get your freaking heart going. When they blow up on the frog like that, that is a freaking blast. Gosh, we smoked it. That's a big one. That's a big one. Oh, yeah. There she is. That's the freaking one that we've been after. We're trying to catch like a giant today, but we did want to try to catch a nice solid one. And I mean, that one's a 2+ pounder. Not a freak, not a 5-pounder, nothing crazy like that, but dude, you can't beat it. You literally cannot beat it. That was such a freaking ferocious strike. What a beautiful post-spawn, I would assume, bass right there. Very, very nice. Oh gosh, can't even like maneuver through the boat Like, this is what it looks like when you're just throwing everything at them. We finally figured a little pattern out. I think that we've caught fish on 3 or 4 different baits, and that frog is definitely getting it done overall. Beautiful fish. Gonna get her back in the water. Thank you, girl. Beautiful, beautiful bass. See you later. Bite again, please. That is going to be a wrap on today's video. Thank you to MTB for letting me take over the channel, and thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys learned something along the way. Pretty much the entire video is just about covering water, throwing a ton of different baits, and really trying to find that pattern that's working the best for that particular day by throwing everything at them. So we threw the kitchen sink at them, as they say, had like 6 rods, 7 rods on deck, and we finally found that little frogging bite right at the end there. Had a good day in the water and caught some solid fish. So thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video.